deliver. Hey, everybody. Okay, well, I'm going to wait for everybody to get here because I just did an unboxing of the Dust to Onyx Melanated Tarot. Even the like the title card and my signed box is magic. Look at that, y'all. It looks like gold, but then when you put it on certain surfaces, it is reflective. And I was about to leave y'all a message and be like, it's going to be a few days till you hear from me because I'm going to be with this deck. If you don't know about this deck, and I hope Courtney is on here listening, I am your number one fan. And you know how folks be fangirling me and it like freaks me out? She's going to think I'm a stalker. But I'm going to tell you right now, Courtney, Shadow and I were just here talking about, you think you've already done a spread with it. We were just sitting here talking about getting money to pay you an honorarium to come here and speak about this deck. And, we could possibly record it and people can purchase admission, via my website, because I really think it's important for you not only to talk about it, but to teach it. The depth of understanding of the tarot, and it's got to be something with sisters and the tarot. And I love it. I don't read it as much as I do playing cards. But, Pamela Coleman, she did the first, really popular deck. There might have been ones before this, but if you talking about giving Pamela a run for her money, because I've seen some beautiful tarot decks, but I still keep going back to the Rider-Waite-Smith. I don't think I'm ever going back to the Rider-Waite-Smith again. As a matter of fact, it is my plan. I want somebody to book a reading with me. I'm going to keep these pristine. I even put an altar cloth out when I went to look at the cards, because I didn't even want to lay them on my table. That's how exquisite these are. So my plan is I'm going to keep this first edition. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to read the book while I'm waiting for the second edition. Courtney, I love you and thank you. So I could be a part of this first edition. She's using terminology for the major arcana that I definitely tip. Hey, Ty. I love Ty Shaw. She's all that too. She's using terminology like blades and coins and gourds for cups. Y'all, let me tell you something. I have been, and that's another thing about collecting tarot cards. I'm not a blogger, but if y'all can see the box of divination cards that I have, it's massive. And I bought a bigger one, okay? I bought an even bigger, hey, Cassandra, I bought an even bigger box to hold my cards in, but I don't think I need any other tarot cards. I do love the Black Power Tarot, but it's just the major arcana. And let me tell y'all something. I have a thing like the Tahote deck, the Aleister Crowley Tahote deck. Good to see you. You got your deck today too? Girl, how did I manage to forget? It came yesterday and I passed the post office on the way out to dinner with my daughter, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me go my P.O. box. And I just sent to my P.O. box because my janky ass postman be putting stuff in my mailbox and it be getting wet because it's all junk mail. So I forget to put in there, yes, dormant instead of reverse. I haven't even gotten there because I haven't gotten to really read the book. But I'm telling you, I am on fire here and I'm going to go broke because I'm going to buy another deck. And I'm going to, I haven't seen the Brown Girl Tarot yet. But there's another one, and I think they're not printing anymore. It's all women. But it's multicultural, and it was beautiful too. But nothing, okay? I know, 125 decks. Michelle Jackson has either 500 or 5,000. I can't remember. But this particular deck is the Dust to Onyx deck, and I am amazingly blessed. I got a signed first edition copy, and I'm not gonna use them. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna buy me another set, and I'm gonna keep these because this is a work of art. Okay, this is not Oh, I have the circle cards, the mother piece. I like those too. But nothing. Ain't you ever seen a deck like this before?
No. And the video does not
telling you, the video, the cards that I'm showing you, this is the universe. Whoa! You look, y'all, I'm telling you, I haven't even been through all of them, because that's another thing. When you look at the artwork of a card, and that's why I didn't like that gigantic tarot that we got at Half Price Books, because they went cheap on the minor arcana. 2 of swords, and just 2 swords. My abilities, my third eye, and my teachers taught me this. They say look beyond the cards. So I actually scry with the images that are in tarot cards, and all kind of stuff come popping out. Y'all, it's a little bit, it's like electricity, and I keep looking into these cards and seeing different things, and it's like when you're an artist of some form, and I'm a photographer, I know nothing compares with this. The book, y'all look, hardcover motherfucking book, y'all. I just don't even know what to do with myself. I'm gonna study this, and it's got you fancy when you got one of them little ribbon things for the pages. Now I don't want to damage nothing, because I want to make sure it comes out right. Yeah, when you got a ribbon for your pages, shoot, this is about to become my new Bible. This girl is all class. I mean, look, I am praying, hoping, and praying that I've never seen anything this exquisite in my life, and it was worth every single dime. I need to send her some more money. Shit! But I am sending you some more money, because I'm buying a working deck. If this deck goes away, in a keepsake box, don't touch, don't look. When I came home, I had burgers for dinner. I made sure I washed my hands. I'd run out of Florida water because of spell work. So I went and got me some Hoyts and put them on my hands, because I didn't even want anything to I want the alcohol to just take up if there was any residual grease on my hands even after washing them, because these are matte cards. You know, it's just, I know, watching her do this, and you know what? Watching her make it happen. Too often, and even I have, I've kind of fallen off with the GoFundMe for my storefront, because I really haven't been pressing to do it, although there's no room here. But, too often I start things, y'all know I be making new formulations, and I've been making them bath bombs for 6 months now. Life just gets busy. But let me tell you, to watch this woman take this deck from beginning to end, and to get this gift, this is a gift, y'all, because I just have never ever seen cards that I connect with like this. And I connect with my cards, okay? Now, I haven't even done any reading. I haven't cleansed them. I haven't done anything with them, and they have me feeling some kind of way. It's usually after I get a deck and I read them for a while, that's when it starts to click. Y'all, some of these images just grab your heart. It's just, I haven't even looked at them all yet. It's like when I came home, I was trying to help my friend Sam, because she wanted to buy some roots. And there will be more herbs and roots coming to the website, you all. I've invested at least, what do you think, a couple thousand over the last few months in herbs and roots, so that I can offer them to you all for sale. But I told Sam, I said, look, I'm not putting those roots on the site tonight, because I got the itis, because I went to Impossible Burger, and I just got my ducks to Onyx deck, and I'm gonna look at them after I smoke a little. I'm gonna look at them, and then if I start crying or get freaked out because I see something, just bear with me, okay? Because this is, y'all don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna show you some of the cards. So this is the universe, and because I feel so, let me tell y'all something. Listen, look. Even the cover card is amazing. And then she puts another cover card because they come in two beautiful bags. I love these bags. I know y'all talked about me for trying to use these but I love them. I love them. And it comes in two of them. Okay. And it comes in a velvet line. This velvet. Is this velvet? This is velvet. Yes. Velvet lining. Look, y'all. Oh, it's just the number, the signature. I am, ooh, Lord, I am verklempt. I ain't never seen nothing like this shadow. I mean, this is a diviner's dream come true. Y'all better get in on that second printing, because I know Courtney's smart. At some point, she's going to stop printing these cards, because that increases their wealth, and then she'll move on to something probably even bigger and better. But I don't even know how you can improve this. I don't know. It is. This is. I'm like. I don't know. I'm like me in a room full of dicks. Okay. This is better. This is better. I know people say there's nothing better than dick, but I'm sorry. These cards are, because these cards, well, they do talk. They just don't talk smack. Well, depending on who you're reading for, they might talk smack. Look at the sun, y'all. Oh my God. Look at the moon. It's just screams. Black is beautiful. The star. You know, and what I really, really, really love about this deck, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, when we see images, I don't even care if they're people of color, in some of these decks, they tend to be very European. Don't you admit? Don't you think? Not here, boo-boo. This is all up in my Africa right here. You know, this is... I watched from the very beginning. My mentors, I was still working for them, and they showed it to me, and they were like, this is exquisite. And I stood there with my mouth open for about 15 minutes. So I have been waiting and waiting. This is the deck that I have waited my entire divination career for. Okay? You can go to Dust to Onyx, and this is the name. It's on Facebook. Dust to Onyx. A Melanated Tarot. They have a Facebook page. Courtney Alexander probably can't get any more friend requests because she's famous now. But Courtney Alexander, beautiful sister, beautiful. You have, man, it's like a game changer. I don't get excited about a lot of shit, y'all. There's some stuff I'm just not impressed with, because I got the Tahote deck and I love the colors and I love the imagery, but it was that thin. It was really bad. You're never going to see a deck like this. I've never seen. I sell divination decks. I'm gonna tell you all, there are decks that I do love. Okay, when I got my Black Power deck, though, I wasn't very happy because they were bent. Yeah, like a U shape, but they won't lay flat. I'm gonna have to flatten them out. I don't know what happened, you know, and the box is fine, but the cards themselves were thin enough to kind of bend a little bit. No, I do love his imagery and I do love his decks, but yes, the first edition is sold out. Get on the waiting list for the second edition. I'm going to get on the waiting list for the second edition. I am going to treat these very gently, but as I learn, okay, let me tell you something about the Ghetto Tarot. Let's not even enter that in this conversation. Number one, it is nowhere near the quality of this set. Number two, it was taken by a white photographer. Number three, she hasn't sent no money back to those people in Haiti. Okay? Number four, it's called the Ghetto Tarot. So let's not talk about that ever on my page. How about that? Now, I will give it this. The images are absolutely exquisite in the Ghetto Tarot because there are people. Ghetto Tarot. I'm always calling it tarot. Tarot. I can't pronounce stuff. But don't buy that deck. Not if you like. For me, I cannot spiritually connect with that deck. Yes, a white American. Now the group that's in Haiti, I think they call themselves the group that they're in, the artist group, the Ghetto something. But I'm sorry, she knew better. And no, yeah, it was, like I said, The Illest, I haven't seen it. I've heard it's really nice. I've also seen there's some playing cards with Biggie and Tupac and stuff on them. Have you seen those? I've been meaning to get those. But yeah, there's no more decks after this. You know, you really gonna have to be on the come up. You know, I love everything tarot. Take a look at my shirt. This is my kitty reading tarot. And he looks like, do not fuck with me. I'm about to read you for filth. So I keep my eye on everything tarot, but don't mention that other deck on my wall ever again. You know, yeah, I was all the way fucked up when I found out about them too. But we're not talking about them right now. We are talking about the Dust to Onyx Melanated Tarot. You're best to get on the waiting list. You will never, ever... Come on, coins, blades. The swords are called blades. I got chills. I got goosebumps, y'all. See, look, don't I have goosebumps, y'all? Look at my arm. I fucking goosebumps, y'all. Goosebumps. I'm like, feel me? I feel like Braille. I got goosebumps and shit. Coins, blades, gourds. Oh my God. And oh my God, where are the wands? Staffs. Because, you know, we carry walking sticks, boo-boo. I have goosebumps, y'all. I could go on about this deck forever. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to treat them especially gentle. With Courtney's permission. I've been trying to decide, yeah, I'm going to get me one or two more. You cannot have too many of this deck. I'm sorry. You just can't have too many of this deck. Black people, buy this badass deck. You are right. This is the baddest ass deck in the history of niggerdom, okay? Buy this goddamn deck. Woo, I want this sister never, ever, ever, ever to have to work again. You understand me? Because that's how incredible this is. You're looking at a lifetime of work in one deck, and she's in her 20s, I think? 78 mixed media portraits. We're not talking about no computer graphics or anything like this. These were handmade, gigantic images that were then put on cards, okay? Man, could you imagine getting one of those original images? Oh, my God. They're going to be in what do you call that, the Louvre? They're going to be in the Louvre one day. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
In Paris, because you know I ain't shit when it comes to other languages. But I'm telling y'all, you will never, that's why I got to buy another deck. Because you won't ever read with another deck. This is the 5 of coins. Y'all, this camera on this cheap ass iPhone does not do this deck justice, okay? Niggerdom. In the history of niggerdom, you ain't never, ever going to find a deck as exquisite as this. Y'all, look, I'm telling you, I have goosebumps. I am blown away. Now, I was expecting it to be great, but I stopped because I saw Mama Omi, and I saw Tiff, and I saw a few other people who got theirs before me, and they were showing them, and I just turned the video off. Because this was like Christmas morning. Fuck December 25th, this was Christmas. And so I didn't want to see them until I held them in my hands. And I can't. Y'all, I know I wanted to cry, but woo. I'm telling y'all, I wasn't ready either. I really wasn't ready. I'm speechless. That takes a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna get you one, Shadow, and you know, God willing and the creek don't rise, if she makes them available to Conjure shops and stores and sites, I'm going to offer them on my website. We'll probably do drop shipping directly from her, but I haven't talked to her about any of this. You know, this is just, yes, the first edition is completely sold out. There were only 1,000 of them made, as they should be. Because these bad fellas are going to be worth money. I thought about doing all my readings with this right away. No, I'm putting this away. I'm going to read the book, and I'm going to be gentle with it, because I don't never mess up nothing. And then, Roxy, you know, Roxy, are you the lady I met at the International Grocery Store? Because I think you are. And I've been so busy, but I've been meaning to invite you to a meeting. So if you are that Roxy, inbox me, okay? Yes, my jaw dropped. Worth the wait. Well worth what we paid. Because if I had seen these like first up and she was deciding what to price these cards at, I'd have been like, no, boo-boo. You're going to have to come up a little bit more. And I'm saying I felt guilty when I got them because I want to send her some more money. So you know what I'm going to do? Courtney, boo-boo, I want you to make a wish list of Big Liz products. I want you to send me that list because I am going to send you a box of Conjure items because this was worth way more than what I paid. And I would love to exchange artistry with you. I would love to give you some of my work because I don't even know how to thank you. After years of reading and looking at white folks' faces on these damn cards, this means there are no words for what this means. To all readers, Sam, you just now getting on camera. You will see why I cannot get on the website tonight and put them herbs up for you, because I'm talking about the Dust to Onyx Melanated Tarot, and I just opened the box. They're worth 3, 4, 5 times what we paid for these cards, y'all. I know that she probably priced them in the way that to make them accessible for us. Don't you think? But man, I feel like I don't even deserve these cards. That is, y'all just don't know. I'm very hard to impress when it comes to decks. Courtney, did somebody finally tell you? Girl, you're going to have to watch this video because I love you. And I'm telling you, you undercharged for these cards. Oh my God, Courtney's on. She's on. I got goosebumps. I have never, ever, and I haven't even smudged or done any type of readings with these cards, Courtney. Girl, I want to make it so you never have to do anything ever again but keep making things like this. I'm buying tote bags. I'm buying mugs. I'm buying whatever you got, boo-boo, okay? Because I'm going to be like, take my monies, okay? Just take them. Oh, you know I live tarot. Courtney, you see my shirt I got on, my kitty tarot, my Read Your Ass for Filth shirt. I live for these. When I got home, I took out an altar cloth because there was no way in hell I was even going to put these on my table. And I will be buying a second edition so I can work with these. Because these not going to see no peoples. These going to see the inside of my box. And then, once a year or something like that, I'm going to take them out and lovingly look at them and put them back. Because this is legacy. That's something y'all don't understand. And I'm not y'all here, but us as a people. What I notice is, because we don't have a lot of antiques. And I grew up in a house full of them, but that sure didn't stop my grandmother from selling all of them when she sold our house. I'm talking about plates that were ridged in 24 karat gold and Swarovski crystals, but these cards are edged in gold. This is the type of stuff you leave for your children. A first edition signed set of these cards, and I just Courtney, I got goosebumps. I want to cry. I want to thank you so much. And I told them, in the history of Negrodom, you ain't never going to find a deck this beautiful. Yes, I usually do playing cards. She let me read tarot all the time now. Oh, let me go on and get on the second edition. I just need a moment. I'm verklempt. I need some smelling salt. Let me get my root beer float. Hold on. Let me get set. And then get it far away from these fucking cards. You see, I put my root beer float across the fucking table, okay? Let me tell you something. If anybody ever puts their paws on these cards, I will go to jail. Okay? Y'all can tell them to bail me out or something. These are just amazing. The quality of the cards, the names of the cards. I'm going to go over this again for those of you who just got here. I love you too. Coins, blades, okay, staffs, and gourds. Come on now. I'm just going about to get the spirit. I waited my whole black life for these cards. And this book, sister girl. Now, Courtney, I'm going to talk to you privately, but we're going to raise some money, boo-boo. And we're going to get you here to speak. Because we have so many black witches in Ohio. You know, when I got ready to move here, I was like, why Ohio? I was raised here, but I'm like, why would I go back to Ohio? And then I had the first Black Witch Circle meeting, and there wasn't no room to sit down. So we have a very, very large pagan community here, black and white, and suspension, awakened, so upright, sacrifice, new perspective, serenity, flexibility, dormant, escapism, selfishness. Girl. Oh, wow, Easter. Look. Yeah, I ain't gonna be no good. I'm gonna get y'all's orders to y'all soon. I get to read this book. I know you did it as a gift. And I, Courtney, before you got on, and I'm glad somebody said Liz is talking about you. If you want to, Courtney, I would love you to come on this video with me. So let me know if you want to join in, and I'll add you. I don't know how to at this point. I live in Ohio near Columbus, okay? But Courtney, if you'd like to come on to this live, just let me know, and I think I gotta just press this little green thing, but you know I'm not good here. Okay, good. All right, I'm finna. Yes, boom, you would be my +1. Okay, yes. Add as guest. Come on, boo. Oh wow. I don't know what's going on. She coming,
hey,
y'all. But in the meantime,
you can see me?
Are you there?
Yes.
There she is. She's coming. I'm gonna tag you. Too. There she is.
Is that in a little Yeah, okay.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Oh my God. Okay, say something so I can hear you. I can't hear you. Say
something.
Something. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
God, I hate technology.
I can hear you.
You're not muted. I think you're muted.
Because
I can't
wait,
hear
hold
you.
on.
But that's her beautiful face. Well, while she figures this out, I'm hoping she figures this out. I added her to the video, but in any case, Courtney, like I said, she's trying to figure it out. At the bottom, there might be like some type of mute button. Like if you touch the screen, let me see. I can't unmute you though. But that's okay, because we're going to do something.
Here, I'm gonna do it again. Hold on.
Okay, you got to type. Yes, I can hear you now, but now your pictures disappeared. Okay, this is so weird. They can hear both. Okay, go back on, Courtney, and I'm just going to be, oh, did she come back? Okay. I hate technology. I just said I love technology, and now I hate it because it's not working properly. But hopefully she come back on. Say something.
You can hear me now?
Yes. Girl, let me tell you something. I go to festivals and people just like run up on me, and it was so funny. This one white dude ran up on Shadow talking about, Liz, I just love you. And Shadow was like, I ain't Liz. So I'm gonna fangirl you like he's fangirling me at these festivals. You gonna have to go back and watch the beginning of this video. I love you, and I thank the God for you. I thank the ancestors for you. You have done an amazing job. I'm
thank you.
I said that you made these, and you made them very reasonable price, because I would have paid 5 times for these cards what you charged. I would have. And I want to send you a box of goodies. So I want you to go on my website and pick out things that you like. Send you a care package.
Oh,
because
girl, don't make me tear up.
Girl, you just don't know. It's like information overload. It was like the first time I picked up a piece of rhodonite, and that was the first crystal I ever touched where the electricity just popped off in my hands. I can't even look at these too hard right now, because it's kind of like, the way I was taught to divine, it's so perfect for your deck. because there's so much imagery in it, and it's like a rabbit hole because you can keep looking and finding and looking and finding. I've never seen cards with such depth. And that's I'm like, yeah, you kind of a little scared to like sit up and look at it. It's like you can get the Holy Ghost or something. But
Oh.
wait, I'm gonna ask you while and everybody's on here, what inspired you to do this? What made you make this
I
deck?
mean, like I just kind of started with very simple reason. Like I was looking for a deck that I felt represented our people because like I'm African American, and so most of the decks definitely were not created by people of color. And I also felt like they always represented like one particular aspect of Black culture, whether it was like a certain religious tradition or just history. And I'm like, there's just so many layers to what it means to be Black. And I wanted to like create a deck that honored all aspects of Blackness. So it honors the magic parts of our culture. It honors identity. It honors, and whether that's gender, whether that's, sexual preference, whether that's, our icons living, the icons of old, just all of the things that really encompass Black culture. And I know we say we're not a monolith, so I really wanted to do my best to actually display that in my artwork. And then as the process went on, girl, like I found some of my old sketches. Huh? No, I found some of my old...
Oh, I was just saying, go.
I'm sorry, somebody messaged me. But yeah, and girl, if y'all saw the old sketches, y'all wouldn't even think like it looks so bad. But once I started the work, it was kind of like channeled through, and a lot of it was really intuitive. And even when I wrote the book, it was like me having to go back and research my own work, research everything that I, creatively chose to put in. It wasn't like a very heavily planned and thought out deck. It like some days I would just create like 5 paintings at one time, and some days it would take me, a couple of days to get through one, and I would feel like pressure around this was the first time I ever felt my ancestors so heavily around me. And so through this process, I also became closer to them. So everything that y'all feel has been like a part of my journey. So I say that the deck is alive because I was alive through this journey and growing and expanding it. I experienced going through the journey of creating it.
We got a little freezing here. I'm hoping that you guys still hear Courtney on your end. You all know I have a sucky internet connection, so it froze a little bit for a minute. Are you there with us? Yay. Okay.
Yes, I'm here. I don't know if you're able to hear all of that, but
some of it, but you know what? Like I said, we're getting you here because there are 50,011 Black witches in Ohio that will want to meet you. Okay, we're gonna find a way. If you would come and visit us, we will pay. We will pay for you to get here. We would just love to hear you talk about this journey because, as an artist, I'm a photographer, and I know, people just think photographers take pictures, but as an artist, looking for different things when we're framing an image, and this type of art to me is just even more powerful because it's all coming out of you. It's not something that I'm looking at. This is coming from you. It's a birth, and you gave birth with 78 babies. What is it
like? Let me.
Babies. Okay.
Let me tell you, I talk about this in some of the interviews, but I'll share it just in case some people haven't read it. But like, first of all, right before I started this work, like I kept getting like birth pregnancy cards, and at first I was like, not me. Oh no, ma'am. I was not ready for the kids. And so then I had this really crazy dream, and I'll keep it short, but essentially in that dream, like I wake up in my bedroom, I didn't realize I was still sleeping. And it sounded like someone was in my apartment. And so when I opened the door, there was like a little shadow figure, and like it was shaped like my nephew. And so when I go in the dream, when I go to turn the light on, I feel something like I feel it reach into my stomach, and I wake up screaming. And I felt that feeling all day long. And then I went to work that morning. I had no sleep. I remember calling my auntie because my auntie a Conjure woman, and I was crying. I was like, Auntie, something done attacked me. I was like so scared. And so I ended up getting fired from my job that day. And that same week I went home, I started having a lot of dreams. I had the dreams that inspired the paintings. And pretty much as soon as I came back from that trip home at the end of July, the last week of July, I started the cards and everything unfolded from there. In September, I had launched the Kickstarter and brought them out into the world. So kind of like the prelude to this was like a literal birth. And I remember when I went home, my nephew was there, the one that I looked like the shadow figure. And he had this moment with me in the kitchen where he like lays his head on my stomach, and he had this like really beautiful, blissful look on his face, like it was something in there. And my mom noticed it, and she tried to take a picture, but he snapped out of it before she can get it. And so like looking back now, I believe, yeah, it was definitely a birth that happened. There was something kind of put in me, I guess, during that time. And so it's kind of, I had never had anything so direct happen to me, like as far as anything that felt like supernatural or spiritual and stuff. And so it's just from the very beginning of this, it has been a very like interesting and enriching experience. So I just wanted to share that.
Look, man, that's how I became a conjure worker myself, because the spirits that visited my family, they came back for me. And I was like, oh, no, we're not going to do this. We did this when I was a little kid. Y'all used to mess with me. I'm not doing this. And then my mentors was like, you don't have a choice. And see, that's the thing. I was telling my daughter, that's the theme for the evening. People think that's cliche, that a door closes for a reason. I was trying to tell people
Mm-hmm.
about that ex-boyfriends and stuff. There's a reason he's going. Don't stay with the wrong person, because when the right person comes along, he's going to be cock blocking. So your job
Mm-hmm.
was blocking, okay? You probably didn't see it that way. And that day they fired you. But man, I told you, got to watch the beginning of this, sister, because I said I want to make sure that you never have to work a real job ever again. I want
Girl,
you
I
to
received that. I receive it.
talk separately. I want to sell this on my website. I want to sell this when I get my physical store. We want to bring you here. I want you should be on a tour. You should be on a pagan tarot tour. And people who own conjure shops, you need to have this woman come speak at your store. You need to pay for her airfare. You need to pay for her hotel and some food and give her an honorarium. Too often pagans be broke, and it don't make no goddamn sense, because we have the ability to manifest whatever the fuck we want. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, when you fully commit to something, like, sister girl, what the velvet? Is this velvet? You gave me velvet? You commit to some shit,
The
and you follow through, and you got
the best for our people though.
when you got the ancestors going, just go, just do it, and they was pulling this out of you. I'm telling you, it's in it. I've had goosebumps for the majority of this Facebook Live. I cannot thank you enough. We love you so much, and to make this where we can actually afford to get it, we don't even deserve this deck. We really don't. And I cannot say
But
that about
but
you.
sis, like we do though. That's like why I made it. Like when I did the Kickstarter, I said, look, if this is the only shot that I ever have to create something 100% me, then I'm going all the way. I didn't create it to make something based on how much y'all paid for it. I created it based on how much I wanted to give and how much I wanted to show. So I always want, if all of my other decks might cost some money, but this one should always be affordable, because what's the point of making something for our people and they can't attain it?
You know what?
It needs.
I bless you. Bless you. Thank you. Because even me, and I had a decent income, I was like, okay, I'm going to pay this because this is the most that I'm going to do this because I love this. But I didn't realize how fucking amazing this would be. I'd have bought 3 or 4. Oh, God. So I said, I'm gonna buy my second edition, because this goes away. This is the shit that will make you sell your children if somebody, if your kids fuck this up. It's like, I'm saying home. I'm saying you garbage. If your kids fuck up your deck, I would just send them away. That's the way I feel about this deck. Everybody's blown away. I love. I thank the gods, the ancestors, the goddesses for your presence, for what you have done for us, because it is a gift. And I just, I always, now, y'all know me, I'll drag a motherfucker, but I will also always give props where props are due. And I like I said, it's gonna take me a minute. I'm just gonna have to sit here and look at each card and just kind of sit there and look at it and look at the next card. And I made an unboxing video, and then I was like, no, that's just not enough. I got to show everybody how excited I fucking am, because the fact that there are people who are willing, like, I had a deck in mind, but I'm a photographer, and I wanted to do something that would counteract that ghetto tarot, because that pissed me off. Pissed me off to no end. The beautiful images, I can't use those beautiful images of Haitians. I'm a voodoo son, because of the name of the deck and the person that created it. This is pure class, okay? And this is just, I've never seen anything like it. And there are no words. For a couple times, you could have watched the beginning of this broadcast. I just sat here. I was just like, wow. I talk a lot, and I just what to say. This is just like, shit. Oh my God. I called Shadow when me and my daughter went out to dinner, and Shadow was here, and I said, look, clean off that damn room table, because I'm telling you, it's the cleanest this table been since, Christmas Day? Because this is where we process all the orders. I said, I don't want shit on that table when I get home. I'm getting an altar cloth. And I was like, oh, she cleaned it off so nicely, and I'm just so excited. It's like me in a room full of dicks. It's even better than dicks.
Yeah.
It's better than dicks.
Hey, girl, that's saying a lot, because I'm in that boat with you. I enjoy it.
This shit boo-boo. Oh. But girlfriend, I'm gonna get off now, because I want to go look at my cards.
Girl, honestly, I'm so excited to see the experiences people have, because one thing I noticed and was really surprised was just how many people brought the deck that weren't in tarot, and it just kind of proved the point how much representation, not just in the cards and by the artwork, but actually having creators who represent the artworks, how much it really matters. The energy is different, and it was necessary, because now there are so many people who didn't even feel safe coming into tarot that feel like it's now open to them. And especially for Black folks, and growing up in the church and being afraid of so much spiritual work, that having something that calls to us in a positive way, in an affirming way, it just kind of allows us that room and space to finally take those steps in our personal spiritual journeys and not have to feel scared or guilty or any of those things. It kind of, in a way, demystifies it in a way where it kind of takes that veil off, that veil of mystery, and it allows us to just see our magic for what it really is. And so I'm really excited about our people being able to just tap into their personal sense of magic, to not be afraid of it, to not feel like it dishonors them or any of their legacy. By honestly, it's an honor, and I'm just really honored by my ancestors and my higher guiding beings that is an interesting entourage. But I'm so honored to honestly just be tasked with this work. I really don't. And
you keep
sometimes I still look at it. Sometimes I still look at it like, shit, I did that. Sometimes I'm still trying to process it, because I had no idea that this is what was going to be a part of my life and what I leave behind. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just honored that this can be a part of the legacy that I leave in the world.
That's what I was telling people. This is legacy here. This is something that you put. That's why I'm not reading with these cards. This is stuff that you put away and you save for your children, because this deck honestly, this limited edition should be worth thousands of dollars one day. This is legacy, and I love what you say about connecting, because I was at the beginning of the broadcast, I was saying, you know what? I've been trying to connect some of these decks, and I just ain't feeling them. I got a special place in my heart for the Rider Waite, simply because I know a sister drew them, but nan a black person in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in the time that she did it and all of that, I understand. But and I kept reading with Rider Waite because of it. But this, like I said, when I get my second edition, I will never probably read with any other tarot deck ever again. I think I'm done. I'm done now, and I can't even imagine unless you put out, because that's the thing. It's like this is ancestors. This is like being called home. When you look at some of these images, and I haven't gotten through all the deck, but it's like every time I look at them, I'm like, whoa, you can see the motherland in here. I just, ooh, girl, you know what? And you gotta think, how old are you? You're in your 20s, aren't you?
I just turned 31.
Oh, wow, you just hit your Saturn return. What a great time for that, though. What an amazing.
Yeah, pretty much coming right out of it.
You are so blessed, because most people still haven't found their purpose by that age. And I talk to a lot of people who are still, when I read for them, they're still trying to figure it all out. I'm like, I'm 48 years old. I'm still trying to figure the shit out. But, as far as being a diviner, I know this is my purpose, being a root worker, conjure woman. And for you to have found it at such an early age, I hope that you do come to Daughters of the Moon. Somebody mentioned Pantheon. I don't fuck around with Pantheon no more, but I promise if you go, I'm going to head back to California. Shadow and I sit here, and we've been trying to figure out the year. I also want you to come here. I want you to be one of our scholarship students this year for Root Work 201. I probably can't teach you anything, but you probably know all of this stuff. But I want
Girl, no, I don't. I promise you.
It's normally $475. I want to give it to you. I want to give it to you. I want to send you a care package. I cannot do enough for you. I need you to go back and read these comments, okay? And Amber, look at Amber. I'm coming, because she's only 3 hours away. She came to the last 201. But I had Daisy here, and I would love to have you here. But I want you to message me your emailing address. Is this the mailing address that's on the package that you sent?
That's my business address, but I can give you my personal one.
Okay, it's wherever you want the package sent. I want you to go to my website and pick whatever you want. Okay? I want you to just go through there and pick whatever you want. Send me the list, and I'm going to send you a box. And I'm going to send that on behalf of every single one of us, every single Black diviner that has been blessed because of you. I can't, there are no words. I don't even know how to thank you, but I want you to come here. I want you to speak to this witch circle. I want you to come and take the class and learn how to make waters and oils and whatever you want to. And we're going to make you rich. We're going to make you rich. I want you to be amazing. Okay?
I receive it.
We're going to do it together, because that's another thing. Too many people have their hands on our magic that ain't us. And they hate us because they ain't us, if you saw that movie. Anyway, they do. So we really need to take our magic back. And this is this is like a huge step for Black kind, okay? This is huge. This is amazing. And I just thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm fangirling. I've been fangirling ever since she fangirling. I squealed. I got goosebumps. I still ain't got rid of the goosebumps.
Like, I know I'm acting real cool right now, but I'm like so honored to just even be on this video with you. Like, I'm always like reading and like watching you, even from the background. I may not always comment. I comment every now and then, but I'm always watching the things that you do and your lessons. And I've gone to your site before and I've been looking at stuff, but at the time I just didn't, like, I couldn't afford it, and I wanted to come to the Daughters of the Moon, and I wanted to come and take your courses and everything. So like, I'm really touched right now because like I've always wanted to come anyway. So I'm like really honored to just learn from you because girl, despite what I've been able to create here, like I said, that was channeling. On a day-to-day basis, I feel like I'm still just a beginner in all of this and I'm still trying to figure stuff out, you know? Like, so I have so much to learn.
So do I. I mean, magic is huge, you know. Now I feel like I've kind of sort of, you know, been studying root work for several years. I've pretty much got a handle on it where I can facilitate and guide people, but a master, no. And there's so many things in black magic and mainstream occultism that I want to learn and I want to teach. So you never ever, in my opinion, get there, whatever there is. You know, when you know everything, that's the day you die. Okay?
Yeah.
There's so much to learn. So I tell people, I have people come here that have been conjurers for years, and I have people here who have never done anything, you know, and everybody gets something out of it because it's self-guided. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, we're here together, but it's all about you. It's all about your experience. And so, and just like you're going to channel these cards, you're going to channel magic like that too. It's not just, you know, we look at books and stuff like that, but when you got to do something, it will hit you, it will come to you, and you will just do it. And it doesn't matter what your mastery level is. I tell people there are crystals and herbs that don't do the things they say they do for a particular person. They do something completely different, but that's okay because that's making magic your own, you know. And man, we love 201 weekends. But I'm sitting here trying to figure out how many we're gonna have this year because I got to go to Mama Star shop in NOLA in June. I'm supposed to go to Izzy's shop in Nebraska sometime. The Witch Fest in New York City in July. If you can make it to New York City in July, I would love you to sit at my booth. You can sell your cards, talk to people. People would love to see you. So, but
now I applied for Essence Festival, so I think it is in July. I think Essence Festival. I took a chance. I wasn't sure, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do this and see what happens.
It would be foolish not to have you. You know, this means a lot. This could not have come at a better time. You know, Black Girl Magic, Daughters of the Moon, Erica Badu telling people she's a witch. You know, now she in vogue with all her incense and chakras and stuff. And, you know, it's time, especially in a situation where white America, they have never, well, they've always had their backs turned to us, on us, but now they're just super vile with it. And, you know, we need this. You know, the church has done a number on us. I mean, and from basic tarot alone, there's nothing satanic in the Rider Waite. You know, there's all type of stuff from holy books and things in there, and there's definitely nothing evil about this. And I love that this is an ancestral connection. It was like literally when I opened this box, it was like you know when Diana Ross sang "I Wish I Was Home" in the wind.
Yeah.
That's what was going on in my head because I'm like, oh, I wish I was back there. It's oh my god, oh my god, oh
what happened?
Of course, okay. I noticed the top, right? I just looked at the bottom. Ah, I was like, ooh. And is that a whirlpool there in the middle?
Yeah, I talk about it in the book, but that's actually a quasar, and there's one that exists in I think it's in another galaxy, but it's pretty much the largest body of water in the universe, and it's literally just this enormous, like just unimaginable, like millions of Earths could fit inside of this quasar, and it's literally just this water mist that swirls around in the universe. And you know, I don't know if they have legit pictures of it. I just kind of created it based on the simulations, but that reminded me of the Ten of Gorse and just just how spirit kind of pours down and covers us. Yes. And I know I always interpreted the Ten of Cups as a card that is about that emotional fulfillment and completion and sense of wholeness and spirit. And I know usually you see it as like the family all together, but I really love the Quasar representing that as something beyond just the earthly realm of emotional satisfaction and actually being like from the highest point, the universe itself being that feeling that gives us a sense of wholeness. So I think I do talk about that in the book.
Girl, wow. Just wow. You know what? When I saw this, I looked at it as I was flipping through the cards during the unbox. I cannot breathe, right? Black girls talking quasars. When I saw this body of water, I saw the swirl and I was like, this is a whirlpool, and then there's gourds. And then when I saw the ancestors at the bottom, it made me think about those statues underground that are the middle passage. And I saw that, I was just like, girl, woo, oh wow. I just don't even know what to do with myself. I quit smoking, oh God, earlier this year. Well, cigarettes anyway. But I need a square. I need a drink and a cigarette. This is like, yes, after I having an orgasm, I need a square. Oh my God. I'm just trying to breathe here. Okay. All right. Well, it's late. I just thank you. I thank the goddesses. I thank the gods. I thank your ancestors. When I get to Ganin, I'm going to look for your peoples and I'm be like, yes. Like with a song from DRB, when we all get to heaven, okay? Because this is monumental. And I knew it when I saw your cards, okay? I just didn't realize how much until I got my hands on them. And I think my hair turned a little bit more white. I'm serious. I think I saw
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stress you out.
You know how little puppies get excited and they pee?
Yeah.
So excited. It's like, oh my God. I just, woo, okay. All right, I'm gonna calm down. But I thank you. There are no words, but I'm serious. You go on. I have a feature where I can give you store credit on my website, and then you can just go click through. So I'm going to give you a $500 store credit, okay? And then I want you to come to daughter, okay? And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. There are a lot of diviners out here probably who bought your deck who want to help and give. And they probably don't have it. But I got it. So I'm going to give it. Okay. So you go ahead. I'm going to set that up tomorrow because I just got the feature because I had to upgrade my web plan because I had too many visitors and they was trying to charge me extra money and stuff. But the last time I checked, the store credit feature was in. If I can't do it like that, you just send me a list and I will send out things to you. And then I do want you to come here. I'm about to post the new dates for Root Work 201 up until what did we decide, Shadow? June? Mm-hmm. Are we doing it in June? Or do we say no, Casanola?
No.
Okay, nothing in June. Because and so but yeah. And then I want to talk to you privately. Everybody, I'm going to start recruiting for initiation in Haiti in June. That'll be June. I won't probably be there. Maybe I hope to be there. It's going to be around the solstice. So if you're interested in becoming an initiated voodoo sant by a legitimate priestess who is also a witch, she's amazing. My Mambo Margie. You guys let me know. I want you to talk to Mambo Margie. So I love you. Love, peace, Afro Grease.
I love y'all too. And like I said, thank you again. Like I know y'all saying thank you. It just feels weird to accept it because like, yeah, like I'm thankful. I'm thankful for y'all. So yeah, this is like I'm being a G right now, but when I get off the phone,
you're going to cry when you get off.
Yeah.
When people tell you you've changed my life, that means something. And when people tell me that online, I just be like, oh, stop it. But it means something. And you have changed our lives. You are going to create the next generation of Black diviners. They are going to write about you one day. Okay? That's how important this deck is to us. And I don't even review that many decks, otherwise to say they trash. But so I don't even come on to talk about other people's products, but girl, so you gonna cry, if you smoke or drink, get you some and relax and celebrate and enjoy, because you are the Oprah of divination, sister, okay? You are the Nikki
Well,
Giovanni.
girl, thank you. I said I was gonna be the Beyonce, but I will take Oprah. That's like even higher than I was thinking.
So we're gonna be millionaires, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to help you, because this is so fucking important. I mean, seriously, I live and breathe by divination. I don't make a major decision in my life without divining on it first. And I usually use playing cards, but I'm gonna come back to tarot because this is blowing my mind. Yeah, you better order now, and don't let them get to you. You better hold that second edition for
okay, me. So I sold out on the first edition, unfortunately. So I just needed to take a breather because shipping was a lot. It was a challenge. I'm still trying to wrap up loose ends with it. But the second edition, I actually am kind of going to do it like I did for Kickstarter, except I'm going to run it through my own website because Kickstarter, they be tripping on fees. And so, I'm going to do it in similar fashion where I lay out my plans and let you guys know, like, this isn't just going towards, money for the deck. I have plans to have my own publishing company where I help other people create these type of products. And I want to continue to expand this legacy and also be able to buy a larger amount, because the thing that's probably the most important to me immediately is making sure that I always have control and that no large publishing company or corporation can take control of my art and water down my message and just exploit it and make money off of it without caring about the people that I made it for. So, that's why I'm really trying to be careful in how I present it and not just throw things out there just to hurry up and get some money, and I want to be transparent as possible in how I work, because like I said, this project especially is definitely for the people. So I want y'all to understand where all of this is coming from and what your money is going to, besides just supporting this particular project.
This is a dream.
Y'all just give me a little bit of time. I already scheduled my meeting with my lawyer on Tuesday, so I'm getting it together.
You need any assistance? You need somebody to go in? I am for that, because they've done it with our music. They've taken our music and they've given us credit for it, and they've taken our control away. You see what they did to Prince. You see what they did to Mama Thornton. You see what they've done to everyone. Yep. Even Barry Gordy did it to our own people. And so, yeah, you got to hold on, to your control of your artistic intellectual property. And I am a big proponent of that. So, like I said, I'm a writer, and I most definitely am going to pitch a book with you when you open your publishing company.
Yes, yes, because let me tell you something. Let me just give y'all a little tidbit on how they screw you over. Some companies expect you to come in with like 10, 15 grand into the publishing company before you even publish. There are companies that will only pay you 6 to 8% royalties off of your creative work, and they probably don't even want your work until it's been somewhat proven in the market. So you do all of the heavy lifting in the beginning, and they just come in because they have the resources to print larger and do those things. People oftentimes just sign on, and I just can't fathom letting all of this go just to say I can sit back and collect a check that's pennies compared to whatever I think I'm getting. They're getting like 30 times more, and that's ridiculous, and I can't not let that happen. And I definitely don't want that to continue to happen to our people, especially those who are out there trying to create healing products, because they're definitely not invested in our healing unless it makes them money. So they will let you do all that leg work, get all your peoples together, start making your coin, and then they want to be like, oh, we want to support you because you can make them a dime now. And they have no real investment. And I just really want us to start being able to build these type of organizations. And I hope that I inspire other people who have resources and have their own fields that they can do the same thing in, you know, and allow people to maintain more control and to continue to heal and just love on their people like they got to sell themselves to do
Right.
so.
Yeah. And you know, that's the thing, somebody, I've been approached about a book. I'm still working on the introduction, and I've given the description and stuff. But honest to God, I'll be honest with them as I'll be honest with you. If they come to me with, I wish a cracker would. That's all I'm gonna say. If they come to me with foolishness, because
You know they will. They'll try it.
I ain't talking about giving nobody nothing. I'm talking about you better give me an advance. That's what I'm looking at. If there's anything that's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Very reputable publisher. We'll see what happens. It's not
Yeah,
nearly.
and there's some out there that exist. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I ain't shitting on all of them, but there's a lot of them that aren't there for us.
And like you are, we're gonna be the black occult Oprah. Okay, you're gonna have a public empire. I want you to have a broadcasting empire. And I'm gonna say I knew you win, and I'm gonna be right behind you. I'll be like, wash your feet. Whatever, to help you excel, because you will bring everybody else along with you. But don't be like Hammer. Don't be hiring a lot of folks that don't want to work.
No, but you know what though? The ancestors, I trust them. They got it on lock, because one thing I learned through this journey, they got their own plans and they be moving and shifting things. I be like, oh, I'm gonna go out here. I got all these big ideas, and they be like, girl, bring it back on in. That was a big lesson.
They will pull you back, because you be like, I'm gonna go, and Shadow does that to me. I don't know if you've ever seen this little kid show called Higglytown Heroes, but there's this little black girl on there, and she's magical. And every time they have a problem to solve, she breaks out these crazy ass Van Gogh and not Van Gogh, what's his name? Da Vinci diagrams, and she goes through this long big thing of how she's gonna do it. And there's this little squirrel that's part of their crew, and he just into the camera and goes,
like, bitch, you thought.
And we're gonna run 500 miles and come back, and we're building up. And she just be going on. But if you ever go on YouTube and look at Higglytown Heroes, there's this little sister, and that little sister be just going. Shadow does that. She be like, and we're gonna. I'm like, what is this we? Witch boxes. Now, if you want a witch box, you let me know. We're gonna make these witch boxes and blah blah blah. And I'm like, what is this we? I ain't making no damn witch boxes. I said, I'll tell you what, you make the witch boxes, I'll promote them. We'll split the profit. Cause no, I'm like, Shadow gets really excited like that. But you have ancestor.
Yeah, I'm the same, girl. I got that Jupiter in Pisces. So yeah, I'm just like all big ideas. I had this, girl, believe it or not, I actually had to scale back some of my ambitions on this project. My printer had to be like, we can only do this so much. And they printed 1,300 decks just to get this one set of 1,000. Like, there was so much waste because of how rigorous the print job was to get them to where they are. So I'm actually not, the quality is going to be the same, but like the only thing that I'm not going to have is the spot gloss, because there's literally like 4 layers of printings on the cards.
Oh wow! So the second printing's not going to have the shiny.
Yeah, it's not going to have the shiny, just because I want to be environmentally friendly. So if I'm printing a large amount, I just don't want to have to scrap that much product. So that's definitely going to be special for the first edition.
I'm like, this is going to be like I don't even know who I'm going to read for with this, but with your permission, I have been considering doing a daily tarot pull or a card a day to educate people. And, we'll talk about this later, but I would love to do it with your deck, because I want everybody to see this deck. I've been buying different Afrocentric types of decks to look at, to evaluate, to decide what I'm going to use for my daily pull. And maybe I'll use a variety of them, but I really, I can't imagine doing anything, because I would love to use talk about what you talk about in here, as well as the tradition that it pulls from, like the original card and what that means, and then what it means for all of us that day. But I have these ambitions, but I can't get out the bed till 10 o'clock in the morning most of the time. So I don't know if I'm gonna get to it just yet. But how long I've been talking about a card a day? Probably since I became a diviner, because I feel like that helps to reinforce not only everybody else's learning but my own.
Mm-hmm.
You learn
Yeah.
from. So we got to talk about this. You really need to teach a class based around your cards, and it probably would be a year-round class. And I design online courses for a living, so if you want to have any pointers, but you need to what do you call that? You need to be an evangelist for these cards. And I think that it is very important because you have worked so hard on what these cards mean. Not just, anybody can take a tarot and just say this is the Four of Swords. You know what I'm saying? But you have turned around and made it mean something to us on another level. And I think that diviners who are using this deck would appreciate that. So think about it. I know it's time consuming, but I would love to have you teach this and
Yeah.
give me.
I mean, I'm already ready. Before I became like, into my more spiritual aspect of life and coming out of Christianity, like I remember being a super saved teenager, and I was like, I know that I have this calling to evangelize. And so it's just all of the things that I knew I had a calling for in my life, I just am seeing it manifest, but just in a way that I didn't realize it would. Like I remember being on a bus when I was in elementary school. I would never forget riding through Loxahatchee. I had this like weird thought, me being a little loner kid, looking out the window. I was like, man, I'm gonna help a lot of women one day, and it's gonna be like old and young. Like I'm like a kid having this thought and realization, and just like, one day I'll share my life, some parts of my life story with people, but everything has added up. So who knows who was speaking into my spirit at that time and just like letting me know that everything was going to eventually mean something. But I'm totally open to teaching. I actually haven't, like, I've just been tired, but I do want to send out an update to all the backers and customers. I really want to know from people what they want from me, because like, I don't want to just like, I want to really see where the need is, whether people like some people say I should read, and I just created the work, like I didn't have a tarot reading service. I wasn't some master tarot reader. I literally was pretty much a beginner. I was using tarot apps and just learning for myself when I created all of this.
Well, you better. Are you kidding? Oh my God, I want to pay for a divination. You need to stop playing. If you can channel these images, the readings are gonna be off the chain. You gotta be kidding me, girl. Look.
Yeah, I'm still nervous about this whole idea of me being a reader or teaching tarot or any of these things. Like I said, like, these cards are validating in the sense that, like, yeah, I know there's something in me now, that there's something powerful within me. But on a day-to-day basis, I'm still in the boat with a lot of rest of the people, whether that's in Conjure, I still feel like quite the newbie. In tarot, I still am not super confident in my readings, even with my own cards. Like, girl, I was reading my own guidebook. Like, dang, that makes sense.
But my mom both tells me we are born priestesses. We just have to be taught to be them. You just
Yeah.
need the initiation, and your initiation is to teach and to read. The only way that that somebody said accept your gifts. Let me tell you something. When I started reading, I was reading Quick and Easy Tarot, and it had the words on them. And to this day, even though I know the meanings, I teach the class, I still keep my original playing card deck where I wrote my meanings, and I'll do readings online. And let me tell you, you're gonna make mistakes, because I gave a 12-month reading the other night. I probably should have did it before I started imbibing. I did an 11-card reading. I forgot one of the cards. And I was like, no, I'm just gonna leave it like that. So it is scary. I must have read for 100 people before I felt, or 100 readings, not 100 people, maybe a couple of people duplicated. I was reading for my friends. Folks was getting tired of me. Can I do a reading for you? Can I do a reading for you? Until I felt comfortable enough to charge. And I've been my ministry all my life has been helping people. People that I was telling Shadow, I'll be in a grocery store and people come talking to me, that I have never seen before, telling me all their business. Or somebody be like, don't you see that person standing behind you? And I turn around, I ain't see nobody standing behind me. All my life. So you're there. And when you say, I'm here. Remember what Celie said? I'm here. The minute you say you are here, you say, I am. You are the great I am. So whatever you want to be, you are a diviner, you are a conjurer, and you most certainly are the CEO of a publishing company. You are already there. You just got to do it. It's all in you. This has been in you probably since the moment you were conceived, probably in a previous life, it was in you. So just know that and sometimes when you do stuff, you don't have an understanding of what it means to people. You think but one of these days, maybe when you old, maybe when you on your deathbed, when you like 90, it will hit you what you've done for us. But don't let it be heavy, okay? Because that's another thing, sometimes the obligation. The other day, Witches Rise put me in their top 20 witches, wise folk, and healers.
I saw that article.
I thought to myself, oh, wow, now watch me fuck this up. You'll be,
girl.
It's that expectation of whatever this is supposed to be. And all I can do. So be you and know that you can do this because you already have. You already have.
And that's so affirming. Like I know I talk a lot, I'm sorry. But like at the end of the Kickstarter, girl, like I was so ecstatic and then it hit me. I was like, I actually got this goddamn money. What in the total fuck? I got like, and like I had so many plans and things that like, okay, this is how I'm gonna handle it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get all my ducks in a row. I was happy for the accomplishment, but it just put that much more pressure. And like every single step of the way, I was afraid. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna finish this artwork, but I finished it. Especially for the book. The book was a challenge. I've never wrote a book a day in my life. I originally had plans to have other people involved and stuff. And it didn't work out that way because it wasn't meant to, because I think my ancestors really wanted me to just write it myself, but at the time I just didn't trust myself to. And, I think I was just giving myself crutches essentially. So every step of the way, like I had some anxiety. I've had like nights where I would wake up with anxiety attacks. I would think about jumping off my balcony. I would think about like dying. Like I had this legitimate fear in my mind where I felt like I'm going to die before I complete this. Like, because I was so afraid of that happening. So, as much as it's been great seeing everyone so happy about everything, and then there's people who were anxious, and then there were people who were mad because it was taking so long, and I've had people call me unprofessional. I've had like so much thrown my way during the process because it did take a little longer. And it was because like it was way more like I was gonna make a simple card set with the art in a tuck box. It wasn't in my mind originally. I didn't plan for it to look like this, but as it unfolded, that's what it required. And so there was so much going on with me in just carrying that responsibility. So like you said, it's hard not to feel the heaviness of it. And so that's a part of it that I'm still learning, because even now I'm just like, okay, what the fuck do I do now? Like I hear you and I hear all the things in my mind and I hear all the things that I want to do, but there's still some days like, because there's so much uncertainty throughout this whole process. Everything I thought was going to be, yes, it's more and it's bigger than I could ever imagine, but it's still like, most of the time I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I've been winging it.
Look, listen to me, and I want to read something I just saw in your book that just blew my damn mind. But let me tell you something. I understand. I was just talking about mental health earlier today on Facebook. I was at my daughter's therapist, and these sub-zero temperatures. When I moved to Columbus, we was wearing flip-flops in February, so I feel really betrayed by the weather gods because for 2 years I've been here chilling in the goddamn cut. And what you mean 2 degrees? And that kicks off seasonal affective disorder and my anxiety. And I've been a fucking mess all week. And I'm like, I didn't even come in here. I didn't process it or shadow packed all the orders. I couldn't touch it. Because as a conjurer, I am a very staunch believer. I know that a lot of folks, you see these folks, they be messy as hell. They be online exposing all of their and it's like, okay, you really shouldn't be doing no readings for nobody right now. You know, sometimes you be in a moment. And the reason why you felt like, number one, you were going to jump off of a balcony, and number two, that you were going to die because deep, deep, deep down inside, you didn't think, you don't like on the surface, you were like, whoa, you didn't think it was going to mean this much. But your soul knew how much this meant. You know, like if you died and this wasn't finished, well, wasn't nobody gonna come and kill you again, but you knew what this meant. And so that's why the utter importance. And you know, when you don't girl have some children, you're gonna have that often because it's the same thing. It's just the birth. It's just like when you have children, it's even your angst is here because you watch them walk out that door every day, and you're just like, and I'm so glad I don't have a son. What is that same angst when you give birth to something monumental and you're making something amazing? It's going to do that to you. And you're just going to have to take some mental health. You're going to have to smoke a good amount of weed. And now you're going to have to smoke.
Girl, I've never drunk so much wine in my life.
Give yourself a break. You know, a shadow told me one day, I'm buying you a damn spa day because you just don't never sit down. And I'm hyper. I got ADD. I don't fall asleep. I pass the entire fuck out. That's the way this works. So I get you completely. But the reason why you went through that was because of the importance. And you can do it. That is the one thing that I've learned as a magician. People think that magic is like the shit that white people have perverted and put on TV, like what is the name of that Bewitched where you could twinkle your damn nose, or what's the name of them three girls? Charmed. You know, and you fighting demons. Yeah, you fighting demons, all right, but not those types of demons. And so they have this strange version of what magic is, but what magic is manipulation and control of your own destiny. That's why I make most of the people who shop with me do their own work. I don't do a lot of work for people because I want people to see the ability to manifest. You have manifested the hell out of something. So I want you, every time you feel a little bit of doubt, look at what you did. Look at what you did. You know how people have Kickstarters that you ain't never seen, man, motherfucker. You and this man is the money.
Yeah, girl, I was so afraid of that, not because I had the intentions of mismanaging it, but it's just a responsibility. And like right before I launched, there were several people who were like, well, you know, there was a particular person who was supposed to be doing a black deck that it never came out. They had a bunch of excuses. This other person created a deck. They seen them out partying. And I knew that I had so much to prove, because if I failed and I did not deliver, that would put a stain on anybody else who would come after me, because as Black people, we already have so many barriers of entry to overcome. And to just, especially as Black women, be seen as unreliable, to be seen as, you know, people who would take advantage and steal and stuff, like the pressure of that also weighed on my mind. Like I really, you know, wanted to set the bar high, not because it needs to be unattainable. I really believe that anybody else can set those bars high for themselves. But yeah, it's truly a reflection, and it's disappointing. And it's like even more of a challenge when now you got to prove these people wrong who were like, well, I'm gonna give you a chance. But I gave these other 2 or 3 creators a chance and they squandered it. So I'm going out on a limb. You know, so
you look at what you've done. You know, that's the thing is Black people. So let's talk about pagans in general. We have never been slated as the most reliable individuals. A lot of us are flaky. A lot of us have mental health issues because we got on the spirits talking to us and we don't know what to do with it. But then, as usual, then you got to throw Blackness on top of it. So the burden becomes even heavier. You know, and I'm looking here, and I looked at Papa Blade earlier, and this is I'm stuttering and shit. Face is a combination of Neil deGrasse Tyson's features and George Washington Carver's eyes. Bitch, what? Just when you thought it couldn't get any deeper. Girl, I ain't gonna be no good. Y'all will get your orders one day. I'm gonna be with this book. But I told him, I said, this is real class. When you put a ribbon, and I ain't even got to put no bookmark. Girl, you know, it took me to church. It's my new Bible. But seriously, you know, you do. And I love you for that because sometimes there's a small group of conjurers like that. Yazi, Daisy, Yasmin. There's a few conjurer sisters out here who are doing the damn thing that have that work ethic and have that commitment and want to do right by their clientele. And I see a lot of people, Black and white, especially white folks. Lord have mercy. You know, they think, oh, I'm going to learn hoodoo, and then I'm going to make all this money, and I'm going to have all these clients, you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. Whereas us, people consider us to be the experienced ones, we still humble ourselves because we understand the enormity of the magic. The fact that you made a picture of the largest water mass in the universe, I know that you know, because I was talking about this the other night, this grain of sand that we are in, we can see universes we can't even travel to. You know, we know where we fit in the cosmos, and it keeps you really humble. But don't let it be scared. And you know what? Let me tell you something. It's another thing that happens. I wonder if this was what happens to one-hit wonders. You do some really fantastic shit, and then, you know, you never hear from them again. If you never do anything else, your legacy is intact. But I know this is just the beginning for you. I know.
Oh, girl, I already got other projects, girl. So this ain't the only deck.
Oh, no, don't be no hype woman. When you go on your book tours, I'm gonna come out. Y'all sit down. You know. I'll be out there getting fucked. Sit your asses down and get ready to get read. Be quiet.
Yeah, that's the kind of security I need. I don't need the polite security. I need someone that's gonna be like, sit y'all asses down. She about to speak.
Asses down. So, in a minute. Ain't Black church. No, you don't get to socialize. Sit the fuck down. Yes, you let me know. I'll be right there.
And you got to go around with your hand out because they're chewing gum.
Girl, I'm going around. I'm passing a hat. Shit. I'm gonna need y'all to give my sister a love offering. Shit. He didn't get this big just looking at food. Pass that damn hat.
Girl. You gotta let them know this ain't a junk food body. Like, this was some good, this is a good Southern eating body.
This ain't no chips and dip. This ain't no appetizers.
No, girl, this was not made from hummus.
Right, cucumber sandwiches and berries and twigs. No. This is all up and
exactly. You gotta tell them this is a rib diet.
This is rib.
This was baked macaroni and cheese, not that stirred box shit.
You're gonna need some butter in there and maybe even a little sour cream. Come on now. Well, seriously, man, the universe
Oh.
And I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to hug you. And you know I don't hug too many folks because folks got the ick.
Oh.
But I'm you because folks, some of their energy just be like, I don't want to touch you. It's like, no,
yeah, I've had to learn to be careful because I'm a hugger. I'm a very friendly person, but I know I have to be careful because, like you said, if I don't, honestly, I'm the opposite. If I don't hug you, then it's something definitely wrong.
Exactly, because I'm gonna feel your energy before you turn the corner, and I'm gonna know appropriately how to deal with you. So yeah, but I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna hug you. I want you to get whatever you want, $500, whatever you want from the store. Just get it because, like I said, I sat here and literally I was looking at the shadow. I was like, I feel bad. I did not pay nearly enough for these cards. So yeah, and anything. If you want me to sell the stuff through the store, whatever you do, I am there. You seriously, I don't know if people have told you this, but you mean the world to me. And I thank you. I thank you so much. But thank you, sister. I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love y'all too. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Y'all stay black now. Take care, everybody.
Good night.
Goodbye. Good night.
Bye.